getting that all clear, so we're going to make our way in.
Hey, bird.
And up on the right, our first two animals are the okapi. Before that, people thought they were mythological creatures. And a saddle-billed stork is kind of hiding back there. But there is an animal spotting guide above your head. There are some bongo there, thank you for that. These dark brown antelope. They're also, again, very shy, reclusive animals. They're nicknamed the ghost of the forest because they're rarely ever seen. Those horns on their head help them to get through thick and tangled underbrush. And they have the forest antelope on the reserve. But we know that they're all female because only the males have horns. A lot of the animals, it has something they all need, and that is water. And some of our friends like to spend the day in the water, so if you see them, let me know. If we don't see them on your side, that's okay. Just stay seated, and we usually see them on the other side. Looks like there are two in the water down on the right, and those are the Nile Hippopotamus. They're one of the largest animals in Africa, weighing about 5,500 pounds. They're also nocturnal. They'll spend about 8 minutes in the water and then come back up for air. So we'll take a look on the other side. Looks like there's one up ahead, or a little bit closer over there.
Yeah, he's just ready to protect.
Here, there are some Nile crocodiles to the left. And crocodiles are opportunistic. They don't really move all that much unless they see something they like. And usually that is their prey.
Oh, please do not break down.
And the Nile crocodiles are the largest species of crocodilian in Africa. They also have one of the strongest bites of any animal, and they use that to protect themselves and their young ones from predators. They can also put their eggs in their mouth, roll them around a little bit, and that will help start the hatching process. You probably have seen them with their mouths kind of just hanging open. They aren't able to sweat through their skin like you and I, so that helps to release some of their excess body heat. This tree here, this is called a Baobab Tree. It can survive long periods of drought by storing water in its trunk. It can also go leafless up to 9 months, and has a couple of nicknames. One of them is the upside down tree. Kind of looks like its roots are hanging in the air. But another nickname you might be more familiar with is the tree of life. And a lot of animals and species, they live here on the savanna, because it's really open and large and wide. So we'll see who we can find first. Sometimes they do kind of migrate and move all over the place, usually up into the hill. So we'll probably find most of them over there.
I would be correct.
On the left, just past these bushes here, we'll take a look on the other side. So these are the spotted hyenas. They're not a part of the dog or cat family. They have their own family. It's called the Hyenidae. And they are pretty good hunters, as well as they're great for the circle of life. They'll eat through almost anything, including bone marrow. And the highest ranking female outranks the highest ranking male. If you do want to learn more about the animals here or our reserve, there's a show on Disney Plus. It's called The Magic of Disney's Animal Kingdom. And that's a great way to learn about their names, personalities, what's going on with them. You can also learn a little bit about our animal programs team and how they take care of the animals. It shows some aquatic animals that you can find over at the Seas with Nemo and Friends. That's in Epcot. That first season is about a year and a half old, so they are filming a second one. That one should be released again for next year or two. We just passed some Termite Mounds. They're made of termite spit, dung, clay, and they are very strong. They'll kind of bake out in the sun. It makes them almost as hard as concrete. And the elephants like to use them as a scratching post. They'll kind of file them down to the size of a tree trunk. Well, we've got quite a few wildebeests over here. The wildebeests, they travel in herds up to 1.5 million, and they go anywhere from 500 to 1,000 miles a year. That's about New York City to Florida. You can actually see that herd size or migration pattern from outer space using the space station. That's how large it is. A group of wildebeest, we call that a confusion. They get their name from the words wild beast. Another name is new. That's the sound they make, G-N-U. They kind of look like they have different colored stripes, almost like a zebra. 6 feet, and it only takes an hour for them to stand and run. And when they are running, they can reach speeds of 30 miles per hour. If you remember back to the okapi, they also have that prehensile tongue. It basically means that they can bend and move it, kind of like a finger. Helps them to reach and grab things that they need, like the leaves in the trees. Their tongue is also purple. That helps to protect them from the sun. And if you hold out just antelope in Africa, about 6 feet tall. Despite that height, they can also jump 6 feet just from a standstill, which is really impressive. Both the males and the females have those spiraled horns on their head. The males will kind of make these flower crowns, put them around their horns, and hopefully that will attract the females, get them a girlfriend. But here on the right, looks like we do have 2 African elephants. And we know they're African elephants. We are in Africa. The ears are also kind of shaped like the continent itself. They'll flap them around, it'll keep them cool. They'll also throw dirt and mud up on their backs and use it as a natural sunscreen. They have really thin and fragile skin. Or they'll use the watering hole as a But to find the other elephants, we do have to cross another bridge. This one's just a little bumpy, a little noisy, but nothing too bad. Buddy. But coming up ahead, we do have some greater flamingos. They're born with gray or black feathers. There are some small little gray blobs here. Those are just week-old flamingos. They get their pink color by eating brine shrimp because of the beta-carotene in it. And these ones are the lightest pink of any flamingos. A group of them we call a flamboyant. They'll stand with one leg in the water and one leg under their wing, and that will help to keep them warm. These here are the Ancholy Cattle. They're one of the only domesticated animals on the reserve. Their horns can grow to
the little gray one. Rachel, you want to see them there? You want to see the baby? You see the little gray flamingos? Those are babies. Oh, that's too cute. What? So let's go in. I think I did.
They're dipping their heads in the water.
Oh wow, yeah, they're all shrimp, baby. Alright, just put it away then. Now where's my lettuce lady?
Okay, so we'll make our way forward, see who else we can find. I think we've had enough Ancholy cattle for today.
You can call it a hotel, yes. You feel like it's a hotel.
And so a good sign we might see the white rhinoceros, that mud wallow or mud pit in the center. They like to hang around or in it. Sometimes if we can't find them on this side, they'll either be kind of hanging out in the trees or on the other side near the copy. So we'll keep looking around. And I did see those baby flamingos back there. We have a couple more babies. We have 2 baby white rhinoceros. Their names are Milo and Logan. We'll probably see some baby Nigerian dwarf goats towards the end. Don't think we saw her today. There's a baby hippo. Her name is Greta. And our reserve is always changing and growing, so if you ever do come back again, who knows, we might have a couple more babies. So we are also entering cheetah territory, so keep your eye open to the left. They're really good at camouflaging because of their light color and spots, especially against the leaves and the dirt. Don't think I see anyone yet.
I see a two-legged
Yeah, we probably won't see them here, but I do see one white rhinoceros coming up ahead. And so the white rhinoceros, they weigh about 4,000 to 5,000 pounds, and they get their name from the word bite. Bite means their wide mouth that they use to eat tall grass. Black and white rhinoceros, they're the same color, but when colonizers in Africa heard that word bite, they thought they heard the word white. We'll see if we can find a few more. There might be a few more over here. But this large pile of rocks, this is the copy. It's where a lot of predators like to stand and look out onto the savanna and at their prey. Here again, they'll probably help us if anything. But those lions, they sleep about 16 to 20. The word for lion is Simba. For any wilderness explorers, you're writing in symbol 1. It's the name of the truck. You can write it down in your book on page 14. But the rhinoceros, they have a pretty... Now we probably... The animals here do have the right of way. But with these babies, we want to be super careful. We don't...
5,000-pound rhino now.
Salami.
Yeah.
Water resistant. There are some ostrich eggs on the right. Each one weighs about 3 pounds. It allows the ostriches and us as humans, we can stand on one and not break it whatsoever. That's how strong they are. And there's that water buck again on the right. But this one here on the left is a bont-a-bont. They kind of have this purplish color to their fur. Unfortunately, it's one of the reasons why they were going extinct. So now you only really find them on one whose name is Sebastian. And that little rhino, if I already didn't mention it, her name was Logan. But we do have one last stop on our safari. No more animal stops ahead because this is the farm or the warden's post. And the warden usually does have some domesticated animals here. Looks like quite a few of them today.